What is up, guys? This is third time we're trying to record this thing. I left the recording running the second time, and the first time I just didn't like the first trade we took because we were supposed to stay out of it. But let's see how this goes anyway. So we traded up to right here. I got stepped out because it's a swing low first entry, second entry. It looks like the market is going to correct, so we went and it corrected. And so we were going with market. Now it looks like it's going to keep going down, but it keeps going up. But we can't really use those like that because it's I mean, that happens in a couple seconds and it's some change in the market. So it's not necessarily a price action thing or a market behavior thing or something that people are going to use just to like for a pattern sort of thing. But yeah. 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 Unless we're reading this wrong, but I don't know. But yeah. We'll see how this goes. Looks like it's just gonna keep going up. Couldn't enter one ticker really because it's just 3 bars, not really a spike. Alright, we'll try to make sure we're not going another layer deeper here. Alright, we're filled on the order. Our scalps might be too big, and now the market might be switching directions. So maybe since it's Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, things have changed, and our scalps are actually a little bit too big for the market to behave normally. So I think we just we got it lucky there, but I think so the way the market is moving is very correct. However, it's doing it at a very miniature level. So our scalps are pretty massive. So even though we're trying to go for a scalp, in reality, the market's like doing the same moves, but at we're like basically going for like 10 points here, because usually the lines are like this, but now they're looking like this, and one bar is only 4 points long, and yeah, it's starting to look like the ES on a normal day, on a volatile day. So actually a normal day. So I think since this is Black Friday, it's gonna be, the trades are gonna be a little bit harder because we might predict the direction it's gonna go, but then it might just reverse on us before we even get the scalp, because our scalps are pretty massive compared to the rest of the market because it's Black Friday. If it was not Black Friday, a regular day, this move right here would be like, so from here 40 to about 28, so that's like 22 points. Am I doing that wrong? Yeah, 22 points, right? Yeah, it's like 18 points. Holy, wait, I am bad at math. 12 points. Jesus. 12 points. That's 12 points, but originally that would be probably like 20 points or 30 points even, with the same exact move like that. And yeah, so we'll see. But we did trade yesterday, I think. So essentially the market looked like it was going to go in the opposite direction, which is this way. If you take a look at the minute chart, and that second entry is like right here, and it looks like the market's going to correct all of this entire move. That's the most practical layer. That's why I said I didn't want to go another layer deeper, because it does look like it's going to keep pushing up with that like this trend working down here, and then like the higher lows, and it did look like it was going to do this, but I didn't want to go for another layer deeper because we just want that first layer of what the market looks like it's going to do. And in this case, that first layer says it looks like the market's going to come down here. It's like the most obvious basic layer. And yeah, so some cases you see this often, but you don't want to go that deep of a layer, if that makes sense. And so we're going against market, so we buy there. So that was a good trade. Yeah. Actually, we didn't trade Thanksgiving. The last day we traded was the 25th, and the previous video was the 8th, which was yesterday, Friday, and the 7th. And yeah, so we didn't trade Thanksgiving. always decide if you're going to be buying or selling. If it's a second entry short, make sure you have your tick in the correct position, like one tick below your signal bar. Yeah, because like you don't want to mess up the rule system, especially if you get stopped out on that rule system. All right, so we just got in the trade. Swing lows over here, first entry, second entry. Not saying it's going to keep going in direction we predict, or like this is going to work it out, but I'm just saying that's where our second entry is. So it's just happening. Sweet. Okay, so that was a very, very good read. I'm actually quite impressed that that worked. So in this case, I'm using the minute chart extremely heavily. So if we back up just a tiny bit, I had to predict what I had to, I guess predict. Is that the word I'm looking for? Or imagine what the market would look like if I was just going to push down like this. This doesn't seem plausible, especially with that like higher low system right there, that swing low and that higher low and just a slight uptrend. It looks like the market is actually going to keep pushing up here. It just doesn't seem like this looks like a plausible thing. The market looks like it's going to push on up here and just consolidate, maybe push on a tiny bit, then push on up. That's just what the market looks like it was going to do, so we went against that and we got super duper lucky. Yeah, and the second entry, as you saw, yeah, pretty good trade. Very good trade. I just hope we can catch that next time, you know. Something to think about. I just hope I don't get nervous and just keep reading the market wrong on Monday. So we'll see how things go. We'll be fine. Will we? Will we though? We don't really deserve all the money we're getting from the IDS anyway, so maybe it's theirs. Maybe it's time to give it back. Maybe it's time to change our lives. Didn't realize it was 8:30 now. We're gonna skip out on the first trade, which is this. We can't look at the minute chart as much anymore. We have to just kind of, oh my gosh, there's a lot of drawings in there. Market looks like it's gonna keep pushing down, so we'll see what happens. This is still our signal bar. So we have to essentially pretend we're taking a trade, and whatever happens, you know, yeah. Unfortunately, that wouldn't have not triggered though. Does that count? No, that's not our first trade. Our first trade has to be the first trade of the day. Can't be like, oh, well, we predicted that. Or maybe we can. I think we can, right? Well, now, you want to play the safe route, essentially. I think it's safe to do that with the pre-market, just not with like, I don't know. I don't think it's safe to do it at the market opening and stuff like that, because people don't have the order. There's a lot more trading going on, and I think the pre-market is like before 7. I mean, it's just different behavior. Maybe that's just a rule I'm making up in my head, but I have a feeling, just a feeling. Oop. What was I gonna do? Oh, here's that first trade. Every time I have a habit of looking at the minute chart, but every time I look, it's just can't read it. It just looks like, how do you read that? Yeah. Looks like the market should correct here. Keep looking over there. If we were taking this trade, we would. But going with the market, honestly, it looks like it's gonna keep going up. It doesn't look like it's gonna correct. So with the market would be buying. Let's see what happens here. Oh God. So you would have the 1 tick entry right there. No, actually this one's here. Oh no, it broke higher first, right? So looks like we're going against market. Still hasn't filled our stop. Might be going with market here. We're going with market. All right, with market it is. So yeah, it looks like it was going to correct there a little bit and then shoot on up. And that's exactly what happened. It's douchebaggies that sound like, oh yeah, we predicted that. That's exactly what it looked like it was going to do, because it's really difficult to say like, oh yeah, it's going to shoot down here or it's going to keep going up like that. We can imagine a little bit of consolidation and then the market to push up. I don't think it was going to push down at any point, which is why that's why I said going long was with market. So yeah, with market. And I do believe going long with market, because if you sold right here, you would have got stopped out. You wouldn't have gotten the scalp. Or maybe you would have. 50, 50, 53. Oh, wait. No, yeah, you would have got the scalp. With market or against market. See, now it's triggered both and both would have worked. If it keeps pushing up here, we're going to go with market. Actually, it's consolidating a little bit. Yeah, if it pushes up here, we're going with market. All right, we got to take a trade here. All right, we're going to stick with market. Stop looking at the... Or against market. Go with market. Let's give it a shot. Because both work out so far, so let's see how it goes. This is an interesting one, boys. Interesting one for sure. We're 3 times the speed. Is Nate still eating? Yeah. Alright, the market's gonna keep pushing down here. Now it actually looks like it's gonna push down all the way, so with market still shorting. It doesn't look like it's gonna push on up here. Oh god. Okay. We're going with market, with market, with market. I'm speaking a lot more because I'm a lot more confident in these trades now. Okay, we got it by the tick. I don't know if that's a good thing. If it keeps pushing up here, we might have to trade against market. I think that's a good enough push for me. It should push on a little bit more before pushing up. Nice. Okay, yeah. So with market, with market, with market, with market. I should probably write that down, right? With market. With market, so I don't forget. With. We could change it to with market. Markety mark. So in this case, it doesn't look like it's a little hard to explain, but it doesn't look like it's going to keep pushing down. I mean, pushing up. It doesn't look like, because the bounce. Yeah, sure, maybe. Yeah, you could say there's a and it looks like it's going to do that. Not really. The market really doesn't play like that. And when market opens, and you have like this topping pattern after like a sort of resistance here, and it looks like it'll potentially be a range day. It'll and then once it confirms that, oh look, the trend's gonna keep pushing up, and it's just like a kind of a just the way it looks. It doesn't look like it's gonna do that, because this is a little bit too straight. That's a little bit too straight. We can imagine a drop going down like that, so that's why we went with market there. And it just looks like it's gonna keep pushing down there. It really does not look like it's gonna correct there. or keep going up from there, because especially since you have these strong moves, and there's always been like a correction there, and this would have been a little bit too repetitive, I guess you could say, if it kept pushing up, and it's just a little hard to see that. There would need to be more of a consolidation. Like never at any point did you have that and this push up. Like you have it here, but this was a lot of a bigger move, and there was a lot more consolidation, and it was I don't know. It's with market is this. You just usually compare those drops. So the way I kind of pictured it is that you see these big moves here, and you just assume that this has to correct it some way, somehow. Maybe not at this point, but at some point, just the way it looks. It's a little hard to explain. I'm trying to put into words, but I guess you could say it's like that cup thing. This is like an M, and just because of the way that looks, it looks like it might just do that sort of thing, you know? That looks correct, and instead of this, you know, that just looks weird in my opinion. Yeah. Why am I clicking Alt 4 to stop recording? Probably should have went for non-obvious. Entry would have been at the tick. Let's see, one ticker would have got it yet. Not yet. Be right here. I would like for it to keep pushing down. Let's see if it does. It does not. Okay, so yeah, a non-obvious is a better trade there. If you did a one ticker, you would have got stopped out. I believe, yes, you would have. We got that by the tick, so we got super lucky there, and that was kind of a rush trade. So let's take a look at it, make sure we didn't do an oopsie. So we're going with the markety mark. And let's go ahead and pause this real quick before we end up. Actually, I think we're okay. So we have this like triple bottom, and the first entry, second entry, and at this point the market looks like it's going to correct here just based on this chart right here. I did think about the way the market might look like it's going to keep pushing up just because we have these higher highs, and actually that might be the case. I think it might look like it's going to keep pushing up, but I just saw that this right here, and it was just like, oh yeah. Actually, no, it does look like it's going to push on down. So non-obvious is probably the best trade, and unless you got filled at the tick, you shouldn't be taking it. But we're indecisive. I tried to do a one ticker, but then I tried to do a non-obvious, and it just was too late, and I just dropped the order in, and we got it by the scalp. So we'll just pretend we got that by the tick. And so we got super duper lucky, but we still got the scalp. Actually, on a non-obvious, yeah, oh yeah, it works, and I don't think we still would have gotten stopped out yet. So non-obvious trade there because it's very sideways, and you got these strong moves down, and you couldn't really break here. If this was more of an uptrend than it was sideways, this wasn't here. If it was just been on this like strong uptrend, it was your first opportunity to go long, then you would do a one ticker. But in this case, it's very sideways. There's a lot of down going on, and it's kind of a triple top, and at this point, so. This is like your first trend up after this strong move down and after being sideways, so it's a non-obvious entry. Yeah, and so it works out very well. As you can see, I would never have gone to the stop if you took a non-obvious. You would have got filled on the order as well, and but it would keep pushing down. But I would have exited if it didn't trigger us. But luckily we got triggered and we got scalped. So yeah, that would be it for that day, but we're going to keep on going for the practice sake. One ticker would have got triggered already. Almost went one layer deeper and try to buy here, but don't, because here you have this clear like triple top thing, and the market will push on there. It's just an obvious sort of thing. Don't try to be like another layer deeper and be like that's a W pattern trying to push the market up. Just don't. Just that first layer. And so one tick entry would have worked. I almost did a one tick entry because we've been on that uptrend now, but we were still below this guy, so I didn't like it, so I went for non-obvious. But you could have done a one tick entry. I'm just not sure if I would, because it's not really a strong uptrend for me. So yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah. Still with market, it looks like. So, yeah. Alright, the 1 minute chart's slowing down a little bit. We got the same second entry on the minute chart, so we can potentially use it as well. Now, since it's a little bit more manageable, but still got the crazy up and downs. But, oh gosh, it already triggered. That was faster than I wanted it to be. That's why I'm not going to record when I trade live. Unless we were selling there, we would be a 1 tick entry. But in all honesty, looks like the market's actually going to push up. Oh, we have to do a non-obvious. I could see it consolidating first before pushing down or up.
Touch the other one from the book. Like they're perfect.
Oh my goodness. Maybe it's harder for her to open those pages. It looks like it's gonna keep going up. Keep pushing up. We got exits. And the market. I think we might have gone a layer deeper than we should have. Yep. So the most cliche thing was for the market to push in here. And it was very hard to imagine that the market would continue up or continue down at this point. But if we just go based on the history here, you had these like topping patterns here, and that could potentially just happen right here as well. So selling there was the best option on 1 ticker. And that looks like what the market's supposed to do, by the way. Yeah. So we're still trading with. There's no change at 9. I don't think there should be any changes at 9. I think it happens. If it does happen, it usually happens between 9:30 and 10 for the flippity flop. Now here. So since we broke above this level of resistance, this is an uptrend now. So we're allowed for 1 tick entries. Keeps pushing down. Now it's hit this double bottom. So actually, looks like it should push down a tad bit more before pushing up. We'll leave that there though. I hope we're not going another layer deeper here. I think we are. Okay, we're still trading with market. Not relying too heavily on the 1 minute chart, I think. We shouldn't be, at least. But I think we were. Looks like we had that W pattern. Yep. So up until about 9:30ish, that was that W pattern. So that was not another layer deeper. I think the layer deeper was pushing the market down here. And the market does look like that. It's swing high, first entry, second entry right here on that W pattern. So the market looks like it's going in that direction. Buy there. Okay, still trading with market. Still using the minute chart heavily. Now it looks like it's going to keep pushing up. Should probably slow it down, right? Cheaper, lever. Okay, market looks like it's going to drop. Actually, it looks like it's going to drop just a tiny bit before pushing on up. It's 9:30. There might be a flip flop. I'm just going to treat this as a double bottom now because that's just crazy. Maybe not. We'll trade something. Will we ever get in this trade? Find out next time. So finally in the trade. Chiba Liba. Trading with. It's 9:20 now though. So we'll see what happens. Fell at the wrong tick. Stopped out. Yeah, so trading against now. Actually with spikes. Yeah, with would have been shorting. So we're trading against, yeah. Trading against. We can still take a trade because this is still count as a double bottom, so trading against market now. Looks like the market might drop or keep pushing up. That's how do you read a spike, man? Okay, this is Black Friday. Like, what am I supposed to do? This is not anything I can practice on. What in the world, man? Do I just hit buy market? I think that's what we do. Jesus. All right. Thanks for watching. We hit our goal already. How do we trade this? Do you have? Do you even? Can you even? How do you even? How come not? How come not? When not? How you not? I don't know, man. This is just cray. All right, that's it from us. I think we messed up here. I just wasn't reading it right. I just wanted to get in the trade, but it looks like if you were to go with the market, actually looks like it's gonna keep pushing up. Believe it or not. So buying there is a better option. Here looks like the market's gonna finally correct. Selling, I don't know. That's just me guessing. All right, that is it. Actually, let's fast forward, see if we can get an actual trend going or something that's not a spike. Oh, look, a second entry after a very long time. Let's see what goes on. So we're trading against, right? So if we were trading with, let's stay out of this first trade and let's see what happens. So with the market would be going short. So going against the market. All right, going against. So, I like how that just is against and the other one's marketing work. Please push up, don't push down here. This is our signal bar. Ugh, push down. See what happens, because now we're in like kind of no man's land in the trade. Trading against the market. This is 10x, by the way. On the NASDAQ. This looks like the ES, boy. Came to the tick. Nice. Good scalp. Very good trade. So essentially, it looks like the market was going to correct. This pattern happens very often when you get the spike, the push up, and then the correction up to the new high. And if you take a look at the minute chart, that's like textbook right there. And it looks like the market is supposed to do this. So we go against it and we get the scalp. So very good trading. I gotta pee really bad. Do we keep going? I think we keep going. Lightly though. Market looks like it's gonna correct this entire move, so we're going against it. This is still our signal bar, unfortunately. Not anymore. Story might change if we get to these lows. These lows right here. Still looks like it's gonna drop. It was only tested once. If it was tested a little bit more times, maybe I would say that it's could potentially keep on shooting down. It could potentially bounce, but it looks like the market's gonna keep shooting down, so we're going against it. This is 8x, by the way, so it takes very long for these orders to. Ugh. So I guess it did look like the market was going to bounce there. Actually, it might have been a switch. Did we flip-flop? No, I don't think we did. It does look like the market's going to bounce right here. If you take a look at the... I'm sorry, why am I doing it here? The minute chart. It looks like the market could potentially bounce there. Imagining this, it just doesn't look plausible. And that's why I was super debating. I was in the back of my mind, I'm like, that doesn't look right if it just kept shooting down through that. The market did look like it was going to bounce, but just I didn't know if it would kept going in that direction. Buying. Did we flip flop at 950? Did the market look like it was going to? We might have flip flopped at 950. Where am I? I'm lost right now. In my honest opinion, it looks like the market's going to keep dropping, so it looks like we might have flip-flopped here. Yeah, so flip-flop 950. That's a weird one. I didn't know we could flip-flop at 950. Oh no, it's only at 10 o'clock. Of course, you can flip at any time. I think, I don't know, maybe lunchtime. So 950, flip-flop. A little bit earlier than 10 o'clock, interestingly enough. So we're trading with now. Oh no, wait, against, with? With. So we bought here because we're trading against, but if we traded with, we would have sold right here. We would have got the scalp as well. We're still trading with. That's interesting. Because you could have sold right there and would have got the scalp easy. Yeah. Trading with. Interesting. This market is throwing me off because this huge spike is now... It's hard to tell. Maybe you got a better read on it? I'm using the minute chart pretty dang heavily. Okay, I think we got Phil on the wrong tick. No, we got Phil on the right tick. Hey, but I don't know if that's a good thing. Hey. Hey. Cool. Alright, so the market just looked like it was going to keep pushing up there. Oh, wait a minute. We got it by the tick? No way. Do we flip flop? Are we trading against now? If it keeps pushing down here to stop, which would be 5 points and 2 ticks. 2, 4, 5, 1, 2. Keep pushing up. Push up, push up, push up. Okay, I think we're still trading with. Yeah, so we've always been trading with. We just read the market wrong in this like spike area. But I don't even want to try to go back and read that right now because that's just gonna mess my brain up. But of course, you are more than willing to, Nick or whoever is watching, if this ever does become successful and I refer you back to these videos, or if you just coincidentally found this video. Thank you for watching. I know I'm crazy. But I can say whatever I want. Like, apple plip yap doop doo. I don't know if I ever went over why we bought, but it just looks like the market's going to keep pushing up here. You could try to imagine what the market would look like if it did this, and that doesn't look really plausible. You have this motion coming into play, right? And it just looks like it's just going to keep pushing up there. So that's why we bought. Should we wait out on the trade? This one is at 10. And it works out on the buy. Also would have worked on a sell, but they don't like the buy better. We'll still stick with the width for now. There's a lot of support here actually. Nah, we'll stick with it. We already broke through it too. I think you can hear Saikuna in the background now, right? Because I'm playing it on my speakers. I don't really usually do that because the fans are so loud usually. I think it's loud enough for me to hear it. So we're in the trade now. Nice. I gotta fart. Good trade. So we sold there because it just looked like the market was gonna keep pushing down, especially if you look at the minute chart. I was a little worried about this low, but we broke through it already. And people like to tend to trade back into it. So that's why we even have more of a reason to sell away from it. So good trade. Looks like we still got in by a tick. If it keeps pushing down here, then it was definitely a good trade. Yeah. Let's see if we can minimize this loss. If it wasn't for this spike, I think we would have done a little bit better. But yeah, we're still negative. So I don't know how confident that makes me to trade live on Monday. It's still hard to decide those flip-flops. Yeah, push down again, but now it's pushing up. Looks like we might have gotten stopped out there. 4. Right here, 5, and a couple ticks. So we would have got it just by a little. So it might be trading against now. Yeah, now. Yeah, I think it's trading against now. We got lucky here. And we for sure thought the market was going to keep pushing down, but it didn't. So now we're trading against. It's the 10 o'clock switch flip-flop, 10:23 flip-flop. So swing low first century now. We'll count this as a double bottom. Yeah, swing low first century. Yeah, let's do that. So against now, right? I can actually see this market pushing up higher. I think that's what the market actually looks like it's going to do. So we're going to go against it. In the trade, I'm a little worried about that consolidation that just happened on a minute chart. So you can see right there. It looks like it's actually going to drop here. Yeah. So we should wait, we got it. Huh? Oh no, we were good. We were good, right? Yeah. the market still looked like it was going to push up right here, and it most definitely looks like it's going to push up there. I was a little worried about the consolidation. Looks like it was going to start dropping, but we can still imagine the market still pushing up here. Because it's just extremely difficult for me to picture this happening like this. And I would want it to, I can imagine it. This looks a lot more practical, which is why we actually go against it. So yeah, that was a good trade. Yeah, we just got a little bit lucky with the consolidation there. I just didn't like it as much. But yeah, good trade. That was a trade here. Swing high, first entry, sorta. Pushed on higher, I think, by a tick. Yep, right here. Second entry's right here. At this point, it looks like the market might keep going down. But buying there would have been bad. So maybe we're still trading with. All right, we're gonna call it since this is a weird day. Yeah. Not too bad trading. Could have been better. Might just go ahead and load up the 7th now. So yeah. All right, that's gonna be next video. I think. Oh no, it's already 10:13. That's gonna be it for today. Peace out, everybody.